and welcome to day 2 of the 7 days of self-love yoga series. Today we will be doing a yin yoga practice. If y'all have been following this series, y'all know that it was Hatha yesterday. Today is yin, and again we will do a more flowing flow tomorrow. But for today we will be finding more stillness and calmness within the heart and discovery of self-love of the heart today through yin. So whenever y'all feel comfortable and ready, we will meet in a nice upright seated position. Option to close the eyes today. Let's get a little bit deeper into our grounding today. Just coming into your natural cycles of breath here, not forcing anything, but simply allowing the body to just find some stillness, connecting to the heart, thanking yourself for finding yourself on the mat today and taking time for not others, but for yourself today, prioritizing you today. Setting now an intention for today's practice. Perhaps it's an intention setting for just finding some peace throughout the day, in your days, busy days. Or perhaps it's to find a little bit for deeper form of self-love and discovery. Exhalation, slowly opening the eyes up again if they were closed, and we will meet in our first pose, which is going to be different names for this, but some people call this the puppy pose. This is for me a heart opener and melting heart, but I know some people call this the puppy pose. But anyways, we're gonna come into a nice position where we're gonna go ahead and open up the knees here, and I will be introducing some options for people because I wanted to intend this form and practice so that all levels can join in. So traditionally, how we would get into melting heart is to widen up the knees here. We'll continue to press the toes into the floor here. From here, it's kind of like coming into a child's pose, except it is kind of like a child's pose, but we will go ahead and further deepen through the front line of the chest. So we'll go ahead and slowly walk those palms out and coming into either your chin on the floor or the forehead down onto the floor. Traditionally, it is done with the chin, but I know sometimes some people experience some tension, especially holding it for a little bit longer time. So in that case, finding this pose on the forehead. But this is how it would look. So again, we're bringing either the chin or the forehead down onto the floor, walking the fingertips a little bit further away from the midline and staying here. Now, if this feels comfortable and you'd like to go a little bit deeper, we'll be including a reverse namaste. So bending into the elbows here, palms are together and coming into a reverse namaste position. This pose allows your arms to also get a little bit of a deeper stretch here. So if this is an option that y'all would like to take today, feel free to do so, or just staying in the traditional. Or if all of these poses or these variations feel a little bit too strong, just gently coming into a child's pose, either on the chin or on the forehead. And whenever y'all find a nice position to hold, we'll stay for a couple moments of breath and instilling stillness here. Slowly melting your body in the nice form that you created for yourself. yourself today, allowing your heart to melt deeply onto the earth, to breathe deeply with the heart, feeling the heart beating with every breath, and only allowing the positive energy to flow through your heart today. We'll stay in this position for 3 more cycles of breath. Last opportunity to get a little bit deeper in this pose today. And with your next exhalation, slowly coming out of this pose, walking your hands slowly back in towards your knees and coming back into a seated position. Next pose, we'll go ahead and come into a seated position here. And again, finding a nice seated position with the legs crossed. If y'all prefer to come into a deeper form, obviously coming into more of a traditional yogi position, but whatever position is fine as long as the knees feel comfortable and your body feels relaxed here. From here, we'll go ahead and do some side bends and side opening positions for the heart. So we'll go ahead and start with leaning towards the left. We'll start with the left palm to come down onto the earth. And here, this is the first variation, leaning in, just simply leaning in from that right hand to the left and allowing yourself to perhaps close the eyes here, soften the gaze, soften the muscles of the face and the body, just connecting into the sideline here. Now we have some few options here. Option 2 is to come onto the forearm or the elbow and coming deeper into this position and being mindful of this knee, making sure it doesn't come off like so, and coming into a nice deep form. And this gets very deep into those intrinsic muscle groups of our side. Now, option 3 is to bring that top arm into the back side. So we're twisting it through the side and the back here of the left. So the right is going behind and coming to meet in the front line of the left and staying in the deeper form here or even coming here. But it gets a little bit deeper or better into this form. So again, whichever option you're doing today will meet on the left side. Gently allowing your heart now to open gently, to allow the side to lengthen, to deepen into this beautiful long line stretch. Not forcing the breath, but allowing your breath to just slowly and gently soften those muscle groups a little bit deeper with every breath here. switching to the other side. And on your next exhalation, slowly coming out of the left side and gently now switching sides, starting with the right palm down, either coming into the first option with just a slight bend in the elbow here for the right. Option 2, forearms, being aware of that knee on the other side, trying to bring it down to the earth. Or option 3, coming into a little bit of a twist and a bend here. So whichever option you find today, just breathing deeply here, softening the gaze, softening the whole body into complete stillness. In stillness, we find that the heart is more vocal. We find that we can connect a little bit deeper into our heart, listening to our heart and our body through stillness and deep breathing. Every breath, feeling a nice warming sensation through the limbs, through the back, through the chest, through the sides, the hips, the limbs, and most importantly, through the heart, connected through the whole body. Last 3 cycles of breath on this side. Last opportunity to get a little bit deeper on this side. Exhalation, slowly coming out of that right side. We'll meet in the center here. Just close the eyes if that feels comfortable. And just coming into complete stillness in the center line. Feeling the heat, the warmth in the body of what we have just settled in the practice. The beautiful sideline pose. We'll slowly come out of our seated position and we'll gently transition onto the next pose. For the next pose, it will be a reclined pose, an opening for the heart facing the sky. I would like to demonstrate a few variations here. Variation 1, we'll go ahead and come into the first, and that's going to be with the knees apart, feet together here. So you might feel a little bit of a gentle opening through the hips, and of course the heart center here. And if you were taking this pose and position, we are going to go ahead and flip those palms up towards the sky and staying here, closing the eyes and soaking up a beautiful opening and stretch in the front line here. Now, if this feels comfortable, staying in this variation, one of my favorite variations of this pose is a little bit more of an intense one, but if you'd like to take something a little bit more intense and opening and deepening, feel free to take this one. So this one is going to be conducted with bent knees. From here, it's kind of like coming into a camel, except we're going to be reclining all the way down. So now coming into our palms, then connecting our forearms here, and then again, either staying here, if this already feels like a good stretch and opening, staying here. Third option, that was 2, and third option is coming all the way down, deepening into the pose. Option 3 is all the way down, allowing your heart, your front line here, to stretch. And again, palms facing up towards the sky here. So whichever variation you like to take today, simply allowing yourself to settle in this pose. And it is an option, but if you'd like to take a pillow or some sorts, if your low back is arching and it feels uncomfortable, feeling free to grab a pillow. It's not required, but only if it feels like it's right in your practice today. So settling into your perfect pose for today, allowing yourself to naturally breathe, to naturally connect and open the heart towards the sky, allowing yourself to naturally breathe, nice deep inhalations and complete exhalations here. exhalation. If you had your knees apart, simply bringing them back towards the center, or if in this position, bringing your elbows down first, connecting back through the palms, gently rising into a seated position, and meeting back into either Shavasana. For the sake of this video, I will be omitting Shavasana for the Yin practice videos, but if you'd like, if this is in your calling today, and if y'all have a little bit more time free on your hands, coming all the way down into Shavasana, rolling the feet outwards, rolling the palms up towards the sky, closing the eyes, relaxing into a total body relaxation for a couple minutes. But if not, thank you so much for coming into this practice to discover self-love through stillness in the heart today. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And I hope to see you tomorrow, which we will do a little bit more of an energizing, core strengthening yoga practice. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.